Hey, it's your boy Jose from Big Meat Sports coming on here. Want to talk about the Miami Heat. Just lost last night to the Washington Wizards, 103-100. Washington Wizards, that was last in the Eastern Conference. Basically, their defense, Washington's defense, is horrible, giving up 120 points a game. But they can put up on offense because they have Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. Oh, and by the way, Russell Westbrook didn't play yesterday. But this Miami Heat team, I just don't know what's going on with them. Last year, they went on a run. It was a good run. It was an exciting run for us Heat fans. Came in this season with a lot of promise and haven't lived up to it. Haven't lived up to the hype. Now, as a true Heat fan, I was the one that said, oh, we can go back to the Eastern Conference Finals. We can match up with the Nets, yada, yada, yada. And there's a lot of people that were in my corner saying, you know what? I think that was a fluke season. They have to prove it this year. I didn't want to believe it. But it's looking like that. The only offseason moves that we did was brought in Avery Bradley and Mo Harkless. Lost Jay Crowder, which was the biggest loss I think that we could have endured, and Derek Jones Jr. Kept Miles Leonard for I don't know why. Miles Leonard, one, needs to get released, needs to become a coach or something. Also, UD, I mean, love UD, but taking up a roster spot, it's just frustrating. Plain and simple. It's just frustrating. Avery Bradley has come in, giving you a decent defense, can't hit the wide open threes. He's been wide open multiple times and has either bricked, airballed, whatever the case may be, but is not coming in clutch. I know how he's been out for a few games due to COVID protocols, but man, it has to change. Something has to change. This team relies on Jimmy Butler so much that it's either ride or die with Jimmy Butler. Now, Bam was holding his own when Jimmy Butler was out, but these past few games, I haven't seen the exact same Bam Adebayo that I saw when Jimmy Butler was out. The aggressive Bam, the 20-point scoring Bam. Now, I think it's time for a trade. Pat Riley, you need to do something. You really, really need to do something if you want to salvage whatever it is in the season. Now, you guys, the front office went out and tried to save some money for potentially signing Giannis or Bradley Beal, two people that already said that they're not going anywhere. So you just missed on two people. When you had one person in Victor Oladipo that said he wanted to come to Miami. And now Victor Oladipo is in Houston, killing it for Houston. Probably averaging, I think it's 19 points a game, I believe. Might be gone up a little bit or down a little bit. But last time I saw he was averaging 19 points a game in Houston. And the kid's balling, man. Teams have figured this out. Duncan Robinson is just, they're running him off the three-point line. Can't really drive. When he does, it's a miracle. He does get some layups here and there. But you can see that we turned into a three-point shooting team. We don't have inside presence. Bam is our only supposedly inside presence, but we don't have that bruiser to go out there and throw down in the block and post up and give us some points down on the block. We don't have that guy. I don't know where to find that guy, but we don't have that guy. But I think it's a change. It's time for a change. Now, there's some, speculation that they're talking to, the Pelicans on Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. I don't know how true that is, but I've went to the ESPN trade machine. If you ever guys want to check that out, it's pretty cool. and to tell you if the trade will be successful or not. So here's some trades that I think the Miami Heat need to do. First trade will be with Sacramento. Trade Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk, and Duncan Robinson for Buddy Hield and Jabari Parker. Buddy Hield seems like he's, last year he was not really happy in Sacramento. I think he wants a change. I believe he trains on the offseason down here in South Florida. It'll be a great fit. Jabari Parker, a good, solid, tall, big guy that you can throw down in the post, give you some scores here and there. I would love that move right there. Buddy Hield is a sniper at three-point, as you see when we just played them, and the boy was just, on fire from three-point range. So that's my first trade option. Second one will be with the New Orleans Pelicans, getting JJ Redick and Lonzo Ball, trading Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk, and Duncan Robinson again. Now you guys are saying, why Kelly? Why Iggy? Their contracts are around 15 to 17 million, and that's a lot. And that's a lot for Kelly, which is, yes, he has his days, and yes, he rains threes and puts up some points, but there's a lot of times that it's just a brick house and he's getting beat on defense, and this guy's liability on defense. And you see at the end of the games, he's really not in the game for defensive purposes. So that's why I'm getting rid of Kelly Olynyk. Andre Iguodala, when we try to spread the court, you can see he catches it on the three-point. There's times that when he's filling the three-point, he'll shoot it. But a lot of times, he's just there to set up people. And it's frustrating because I want another scorer, and he doesn't look to score. He looks to set up people, which is fine at times. But this team right now needs scoring, and we need defense. Andre Iguodala is a good defender, but he's getting long in the tooth, and I think it's time to move on. I would love to keep him, but how these trades work is you got to give up. If you want a good player or a decent player, you have to give up somebody that has, almost exact same cap or money hit that this person that you're trading away. So that's why you're seeing Kelly and Duncan and Andre Iguodala in these trades. The last trade that I would do if I was Heat front office will be with Houston. And that would try to get Victor Oladipo, a guy that wanted to come, and PJ Tucker, a sniper from the corner three, where every time we drive and we kick it out, it's always either a corner three or, almost close to top of the key. And this guy is proven defender. Proven. PJ Tucker is a really, really good defender. Solid. And let me just put in, his shoe game is on point. His shoe game is on point. But that's some of the trades I would do, because something needs to happen. Jimmy Butler poured his heart and soul into this team last year, and for the front office not to make these changes, it's like a slap in the face. I know it's frustrating. Yes, it is frustrating. With Duncan and everybody, the COVID, people being out. But man, we got to make a change, because if we don't, then we're going to lose out on a lot of players. I think right now is to make the change. Hopefully we can get a winning streak going on here and possibly get in the playoffs. People are saying season's still young. Season not young, because season ends March 4th. And that's right around the corner. That is right around the corner. So with that being said, I mean, it's just really, really frustrating to be a Heat fan right now, because there's not that fire that they had last year. Not that looseness that they were playing with. Defense has been horrible. we can't stop anybody. We make Malik Hunt, or what's it? Malik Monk, I think it is, for Charlotte. Never, the guy averaged like 9 points a game, somewhere around there, something stupid around there. And we made him to be an all-star and drop like 30 on us. That's crazy. A team that prides himself on defense and we couldn't get it done. That is crazy. It's been a frustrating season. I mean, we need to do something. We need to do something. I was going to get on a podcast with my co-host and talk about it, but I just wanted to come in here, vent to you guys my frustration in this Heat team. I know Eric Spoelstra and the coaching staff is frustrated also because when you get people back from COVID and you feel like, things are going to happen, somebody else goes down. But it's time for a change, man. It's time for a change. You guys let me know, who do you think that needs to be traded? People are saying Dragic. I mean, I would love to keep Dragic also. He can be a trade asset. He's not the same Dragic as last year after the foot injury. I know that he was in health and safety protocols, and the past couple games he hasn't been looking like himself, especially that Charlotte game. So we'll see. But it's frustrating. It's you know why it's so frustrating? It's because you saw the potential and you saw the team play at the highest level last year and go to the NBA Finals, and this year be one of the worst teams and basically almost the exact same team with the exception of a few players. And I think the front office really screwed us on this one because they're banking on that same little spark and magic that we had in the bubble, and they're banking on that to have that same thing this year. So with that being said, I know that you guys feel my frustration, a lot of you Heat fans. So with that being said, this is Jose from Big Meat Sports. One good thing is we should be coming on again a little bit later on in the week. It's Super Bowl week, Super Bowl Sunday. Tampa Bay versus Kansas City Chiefs. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Hopefully we can do a podcast before talking. I'm having my co-hosts come and watch the football game and to enjoy the last football game of the season. And hopefully we can do a podcast before that, but we'll see. But let me know who you guys think is going to win. In the comment section, please let me know, who do you guys think that we should get rid of, trade, or do we stick with the team and just hope for the best? Again, so with that being said, it's Jose from Big Meat Sports, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care.